horses. Stick with me. Stick with me here.
Fish, fresh fish. Fresh flowers. Just picked them this morning. Bargain on fruit. Anybody want fruit? Dad, get your bread here. Don't like her.
Bye, me, not for him.
Bread, fresh bread. Salmon kegels. Anybody want salmon kegels?
Smoke meat here.
Last night. You fantastic. Did you? I saved my money.
When will you be buying the automobile?
Classic fancy.
I'd like to ride one. I'd like to ride one.
Sky, best place for angels or fools.
It's not fair. 6 days a week you work at Johansson's. 12 hours a day for $4 bloody dollars a week.
As if we make more anyplace else. It isn't fair. If we're a minute late in the morning, we get up with half a day's pay. As if it's better than
It's not fair. We have to pay Mr. Ross to rent the very machines we sew on. Very crates we sit on. Crates, mind you, not chairs. The very oil that makes the machines run. And the needles and the thread. And if we don't pay up, we're sacked.
So you've got to get back to the little floor boss, so what? That's how things work.
What if we should get submitted sick just this one day? We're sacked anyway. And that's how it is. 6 bloody days a week, 12 bloody hours a day.
What right do you have to look like? You're just fat.
We're shirtwaist girls.
What's that?
Shirtwaists are blouses, you ignorant man.
cotton blouses with high-neck collars and big billowy sleeves. This is a shirtwaist. A cheap shirtwaist.
Just like yours.
It's only the Vanderbilts can afford the ones made out of taffeta and silk and cost them $6 when they're attached done.
Nothing can cost $6.95.
They make the sleeves. I make the collars and the cuffs.
I make buttonholes.
And she snips the thread.
Snip, snip, a snip.
You're still just back to girls. And immigrants too, most of you. Green.
And so am I.
And me.
These two.
One of us.
See, one of it. So greenhorns shouldn't expect anyone what they get?
You don't like how it is here, why don't you just go back to the old country?
Never.
I came to America for a finer life.
And have you found it? That finer life?
Not yet, but I will.
You won't. You'll sleep on 3 chairs pushed together for the rest of your day. Just like me. Wear cheap clothes and eat cheap food. If you lose this job with your big mouth, we'll have to take home papers. And a lesson to do now.
Maybe not. Maybe they can be different for me.
Things don't get different for people like us.
They could. We make them different. Never.
Sure. You could marry a million.
I will marry Mr. Sears. Marry Mr. Rockefeller. They'd have to give us a day off for the wedding.
They will give us a day off for our own funeral.
Good morning, Mr. Rock.
I thought I heard some angry voices just now.
Not for me, Mr. Rock.
Apple polisher.
What was that, Bridget?
You never heard a word from me, Mr. Ross.
You girls should be glad you've got work. You should go down on your knees and thank Mr. Johansson for keeping you on.
Should we, Anya?
New York's crawling with girls who need work. Group who talk nice to their bosses don't sass back. I'd fire you today, and then hire another girl just like you tomorrow. A pair of hands! That's all any of you are. A pair of hands. Isn't that right, Teresa?
See, Mr. Rock.
Does it make a difference to me who gets your $4 a week? I bet it makes a big difference to you. Right, Clara?
Yes, Mr. Rock.
I told you I don't like girls coughing all over the place. I told you it bothers me.
Yes, Mr. Rock.
If you keep coughing and it keeps bothering me, what do you think I just might have to do?
I don't know, Mr.
I just might have to
Just
let
a
you go.
cold.
It's almost time for work, girls. Don't be late. Don't forget what I said. Don't any of you forget.
Some folks have a mighty high opinion of themselves.
As long as he can hire Clarence, he can have any opinion he wants.
We all know what side you're on.
There's only one side. I spit at Mr. Rock. I mean, when he's not seeing us.
Someday, I'm going to tell the likes of Mr. Martin Rock what I think of him.
That's the day you'll be unemployed.
It's a coward you are, Margaret Murphy!
to other factories. They're out for a couple days, and the boss finds out they all just give up.
Maybe these girls won't.
They will.
You don't know that.
We do.
We'll be on the picket line and they'll be begging for their jobs back.
We won't.
You will.
Maybe we could win a strike. Maybe we couldn't. I don't know. But I do know I don't want my mother's life. Your Ruthie could be another Rachel, Mrs. Stein, another Rebecca. That's what the matchmaker said. I told her I don't want a husband. But I don't want this life either. Too tired to take a walk in the park? Too poor to buy an ice cream cone? I want more.
You think I don't want more than what I have? Are you scared to come home without playing for? I went up to the fire escape last night just so I could breathe. In the summer, there's no air in our room. In the winter, we freeze. And I thought, why is it like this for us? I'm scared too. I'm scared of Mr. Ross. I'm scared of losing my job. I'm scared of getting sicker and sicker and having no place to go. But if you ask me, Tanya, I'll make signs and I'll march up and down in front of that factory like I've seen the men do it when they're on strike. And yeah, I'll be scared, but I think we can do this. I think we have to do this. I think we can do anything's in us to do. I know it's your dream. Heard that all my life. Anya, you're a dreamer. Anya, why does it always have to be you who causes the trouble, who makes the scene? Ever since I was a little girl, people have been telling me that. Telling me to be some other way than what I am. Especially Papa. One day I asked him if I could read his newspaper. Girls don't care about the news, that's what he said. Sometimes he'd come home from work and find me sitting on the stoop, talking politics with the men. He'd grab me away and he'd say, girls don't discuss anything. And when I told him I wanted to go to high school, he said,
I said, girls don't need an education. They need a husband.
that's when I told him I wasn't ever going to get married.
Which is when I said, Anya, girls always get married.
Not all girls, Papa.
Not the ones with the fuzzy hair. Not the squinty eyes, maybe. But the ones like you. The pretty ones. They get married.
What if there's something else I want to do?
Like what? The president?
Maybe.
Girls get married, Anya. Especially children. And it doesn't matter if we're here or in Russia. They get married, they have children, and their husbands take care of them.
What if the girl's husband dies like you did, Papa? What then?
Then your children take care of
And
you.
what if your children can't take care of you or won't take care of you? Then what?
Then you ask too many questions.
Papa, don't you want things to change? For me and for the family?
Change isn't always good. At least now you know what you've got. Say things change. Then maybe they get
Or
worse.
maybe they get better.
And what if they get worse before they get better?
Maybe it's worth it.
So now you're telling me they're going to change the world. A girl of 17 with no education and no money?
If I don't do it, who will?
Anya, you're a dreamer.
That's all the business for tonight.
I have business.
Come on, man. Adjourn the meeting.
It's late, miss. We want to go home.
But I waited all night. Every time you ask for new business, I raise my hand, but you never call on me.
So come back next month.
More than one thing. Give her a transfer. Say what you got to say. Make it snappy.
My name is Anya Rose. I work at Johansson's Shirtwaist Factory. It isn't fair the way they treat us there.
Where is it there?
Why don't you go to the settlement house and just say what you lady who go to say?
This is a meeting of the ladies' garment workers union, right?
Right.
You represent the people who work in the factories that make ladies' clothing, right?
Right. We represent the skilled workers in the garment industry. The cutters, the tailors, and the pressers.
But only men have those jobs.
Yeah, that's right.
But I'm a shirtwaist maker. I make ladies' clothing, along with the hundreds of other shirtwaist girls in the city. And we need help from this union to go out on strike.
This union has no problem about trying to organize a bunch of girls.
If we talk to each other while we're working, even just a few words, we're sacked. When we do get a break, 20 minutes at lunch, the factory boss turns the clock ahead. At the end of every day, we search to make sure we haven't cigar smoke and the swearing, but it's perfectly all right for me to sit in a dirty fire trap for 12 hours a day.
You engaged, Miss
I
Rose?
don't see what that has to do with
If you're
anything.
not engaged now, you lose. And then you'll get
Maybe not.
And then you'll get married and you'll quit your job and all the other bad details. We start this little cow with 4 months, essentially, and it's not much better. We start with survival. Hell, we start time about to fly like ideas.
You don't know anything about how it is for us.
I know what it is to bust your back and get ahead. Big pictures and lay track. Drag yourself to night school for 8 years.
You don't think the sure-faced girls know about hard work, about struggling?
I think a little sense. You can do jobs to make things better for you can.
And who's going to make things better than working women?
I'm gonna get
My mother stands over a wash tub all day, every day, scrubbing other people's clothes. Every day, my sisters, 2 little girls, haul the clean water up 5 flights and the dirty water down 5 flights. Every day, those little girls haul the bundles of clothes up and down the street, all for a few pennies. And other than that, all we have for food and rent and heat and medicine and something to send back to the old country so my grandparents don't starve is the $4 a week that I bring home.
And you're telling me it's like that for all of us in the factory?
I'm telling you, most of them are worse.
So maybe you should maybe explain.
And get insulted again? Oh no. You won't help us, we'll just have to organize ourselves.
Who all on strike? A bunch of young.
And why not? What we call it? Tuberculosis. That's what the doctor at the charity hospital said I had. He said it strikes at people when their living gets tough. And like this would be enough nourishment. He said the only cure is fresh air and healthy food, nice long rest of the country. You might as well go to the fly to the moon. My father is a push cart. He sells fruit. He says it's fresh, but it's not. Not that it's bad or anything. It's only a day old usually, or maybe 2. Sometimes we take orders. We put mattresses on the floor in the bedroom, wall to wall. That's where the boarders sleep. The family just piles up in the kitchen. Oh, the water comes from the spigot outside, 6 floors down. That's where the toilets are too. When I get sick to my stomach, it's a long way to walk. Sometimes, when my father has a good day, and my brother selling enough papers and I can give him a few pennies, we go to the moving pictures. The flickers, we call them. They don't last very long. Sometimes you can't even make out what the people are doing. They move so fast. But still, they're wonderful. And funny, too, or sad sometimes. But you can watch them over and over and pretend like you're somewhere else. Sometimes, Anya and Ruth and I take the long way home from work. We stop looking at all the store windows. Such things they have in there. One day I walked into one of those great big stores, all by myself. It was so clean and bright, 10 times cleaner than the charity hospital. I rode the moving stairs all the way up to the top floor. That's where the furniture and the dishes are. I pretended it was my house and my furniture, and my china and crystal. I even sat down at the big piano. I pretended I was this lady I saw in a picture book once, with her hair up in ribbons, and her hands all light to sew on the keys. But then the floor walker saw me, and I went back down the stairs, out the door, and back to the east side.
Asia, fight for whoever you want. We're going to stand fast.
I'm a different girl.
I got a pretty big fist, too.
Why are you doing this to us? We haven't done anything to you. It's a sin for what English you are.
Hey, come on, girls. Try to do this. Don't be scared.
If you go into that factory, if you take our jobs, selling us out, girls just like you.
They just want an honest day's work for an honest day's pay.
You're selling yourselves out. You're not factory, you're scabs.
Shut up, you stupid cow. Get going.
I don't know about this anymore, Mr. Ross.
I thought you said you needed the money.
We all need the money. Yeah. My mother, she's so sick. She could die if I can't buy her medicine.
We'll help you. Each one of us will get a percent.
None of you's got a few cents. Get going. I'm not going to stand here all day and play nursemaid with immigrant trash. What are you waiting for?
You didn't say we'd be taking jobs away from other girls.
Do you want to work or not?
Not like this. Give me a sign. Margaret, don't ever say you're one of them. And what if I am? Then you're a traitor.
Get going.
Help me, Margaret.
Watch it. I'll put my hands wherever I like.
Is that how you want to be talked to, Margaret? Is that how you want to be treated for the rest of your life?
You know it's not. Because I don't know without a doubt. I don't. It's like I said, there's only one side. Margaret, what?
What is it going to be, ladies? Out here or in there?
We're not going to budge until Mr. Manny Johansson listens to us.
Yes.
Then you'll stand out here until Hades freezes over. Take care of your skull. With pleasure. It's fixing my problem. It'll be the come together.
Ah, you better. Well, they took the series last year. 4 games to 1. That was last year. They're right here. Says you. Says me in dollars.
You big spender. You have $1's worth of big for a team. Here across the country.
It's Tinkers to Evers to Chain.
What's that one look about?
It's the best of playing baseball. Did you hear? Some of those strikers got arrested. Yeah.
They were asking.
Bunch of young girls going on strike. Foolishness.
That's no reason for those gorillas to beat on.
I told you, they were asking for it.
And I tell you, who wants to be treated like that? One of those girls were lying on the ground, bleeding broken, this men kicked at them.
And when the police came loose, the girls got arrested.
Well, of course it was. Factory underpaid to do just that. Actually, I heard it different. I heard the girls were interfering with the cops in conjunction with their duty.
That's a lie!
And now those girls are home, snoring in their beds, while the girls are in jail.
They informed them what they're doing.
For myself, what they were doing, I just can't do what's wrong. Asking for a little justice is all.
Justice goes to the person who pays.
True.
All right, now I'm telling you guys. Yates, you didn't take it, did you?
So, you tried it on your own.
What are you doing here?
And who are you? One of them bloody strike breakers?
This is Joe Russo from the Ladies Garment Workers Union, who told me to go home and darn socks instead of going on strike.
You should have listened to me.
Who told you we were in here, Mr. Russo?
No one. You all get strikes in all the morning papers.
We're just reading all the morning papers? Right along with Mrs. Vanderbilt?
The matron said we couldn't have any visitors.
She said we couldn't have anything.
See, she wouldn't even give Clara a cup of water.
She had secrecy. I told her I was her lawyer.
We don't need a lawyer.
Yes, we do.
You're right, we do need a lawyer, but not you.
We don't have a lawyer. We have a prosecutor.
Tell us, why were we arrested? We weren't the ones doing wrong.
See, we were just making the strike.
If you have enough dough, you can get anything you want to say. He comes look the other way, finds the right with $100. Need a favor from a judge? No problem, it's plenty for sale.
Does everyone do it then? All the items?
It's one who don't. Beggars, builders.
Factory owners.
The matron said they'd let you out if you paid your fine.
$10 or 10 days for each one of us.
As if we had $10 bloody between us. That's 9 more nights. Claire, I feel right.
Like the time, ladies, your fine's been paid.
But who would...
How should I know? Why would I care? I just work here. Come on, Heidi, get a move on.
Take your hands off me!
Come on, Dick.
The name's Bridget Beating. I have no intention of being bullied around for the lights of some lady jailer. Come on, Clara.
Get a move on. We got other tenants waiting.
I asked her on the I had some of the others are my factories too. So like that.
And you were surprised.
So find a rich husband done, then you can quit your job at the factory, leave the east side, have a decent life.
That's your answer for us? Rich husbands? There aren't enough rich men in the world for all the factory girls.
That's my answer. I'm only here to tell you I'm sorry to end it this way.
It's not ended. I'm not chasing after some rich man. I'm going back to that factory and I'm going back on strike.
Those thugs were just giving you a warning yesterday. Next time they'll split your skulls open.
I'm not afraid.
You should be. I knew a boy once. He was picking his factory just like you when some of those hired drivers showed up. They beat him up so bad he couldn't talk for weeks, couldn't walk for months.
And was he scared off this boy, you know? Did he back down?
It doesn't matter, it's different for a woman.
No, it's not. It's not different for a woman.
I told you, Anya. I told you what all your big ideas would lead you. And I asked you, what is it you want? The moon from the sky?
Papa, didn't you leave the old country so you could find something better?
You know the story. You've read it 100 times.
1,000. How you and Mama worked and saved to afford passage to America, and even then you could only afford steerage. And how when you got here, you didn't know anybody, and you didn't have enough money for a room, and you spent days searching for jobs.
At night, the police wouldn't even let us sleep on the park bench. So we had to keep walking and walking.
But you didn't go back to Russia. You didn't give up.
Of course
Then
not.
why do you want me to?
I told you how it was in the old country. How the Cossacks would come, and they would burn down our homes. They killed our fathers, and our brothers, and our sons. And to our mothers, and our sisters. To our daughters, they did worse. But here, Anya, here in the new world, they don't make Jews live in separate places. Here, if we don't make trouble, we don't get trouble. Here, they let us survive.
I want to do more than survive, Papa. Don't you see? Right now, we're just dust on the ground. But I want to see the stars.
My family's still back in County Monaghan. We've got a farm there. It's piddling, poor thing to raise a family on. I loved the boy back home. But then he'd get in too thick with the rebels and start blowing things up. They sent him away to Australia. The bloody English did. 5 years he'll be there. I visited him on jail on his last day in Ireland. Will you wait for me? He says. I looked into his eyes. I got the shivers up and down my spine. And I said, not on your life. Sure, and I would have joined the rebels too, if I had been more to man. It's what the lads do to prove how fine and strong they are. But I was born a female, thank the Blessed Mother. For it's women that have to be the practical ones in this world, isn't it? For it's women now, isn't it? That have to drag the babies on our hips and peg out the wash. As soon as I saved enough for passage to America, I sailed right away, but not crying all the way down to the docks. I've boarded some cousins now, and a fine while out there, too. I'd surely write home if anybody could read, but I was the only one who ever saw the practicality of education. I was the only one who ever looked out for tomorrow. That day, we got out of jail, we went right back to the factory, and right back on the picket line. And has Mr. Joe Russo been dropped around? And bit by bit, has he come to see our medal? And is he thinking our way now? That we deserve more and better, and that we shouldn't be given up. And I hear myself saying, oh sure, Ma, it's a great thing to have no rights altogether, and to have the bloody English breathing down your neck every minute of every day. And then I tell her what it is like here in America. That here, if you keep your guts up, you've got a chance.
On behalf of the International Ladies Garment Workers Union, I welcome you all to Cooper Union Hall.
Where Mr. Abraham Lincoln himself made the speech?
Yes, sir. Indeed he did. Thank you, young lady.
You're very much welcome.
Now, this meeting has been called because the continuing wildcat strike for men's and shirtwaist factories.
And a bloody miracle it is too!
In response to this strike, several other shirtwaist factories have had their girls walk out, and there's even been talk of this union supporting a general strike of all the shirtwaist girls in the city. Now, I do admire the young lady's enthusiasm, but I don't think they realize the magnitude of such an undertaking. Why, New York City has over 30,000 shirtwaist girls employed in over 600 factories.
So what's that matter?
So no male workers have ever won a full-scale strike today. Women are just not simply prepared to bear the lengthy, exhausting demands of a strike.
We've been very much demands for months already.
We have indeed. We went out in August. It's November now. The rain is soaking through our shoes and the cold is shaking our bones, and we haven't given up.
Winter, are you going to keep marching in the cold and the snow?
We will.
Most of you don't even have winter coats, and you certainly can't afford to buy any.
Anger, that's what will keep us warm.
It's the natural order of things that women should be led, not lead. You refuse to listen to me for a silly demand of a lengthy strike.
I think that we now have to listen to another word out of your bloody mouth.
You're not part of this union.
Then I'll join. We'll all join. And show you a thing or two.
I'm sure you all have the $1.50 it takes to join up.
Of course they don't. But they can pay off their dues 10 cents a week, just like the rest of us. The garment workers, they have a right to be in the garment workers union.
There. That's my first time. And don't go wasting it. It's the last money I got.
Yeah, right here.
Most of you know me, but for those who don't, I'm Joe Russo. I'm an organizer for this union. The only way this girls can get better wages and fair treatment is to tie the shirtwaist trade. And the only way they can do that is if our union calls a general strike against the entire industry. So I say the girls are right. And I say it's time one of the girls stood up here and spoke to us. I say it's time we heard from Anya Rosa.
Who is Anya Rosa?
She's the girl who started the strike, you ignorant man.
Now, I haven't said much tonight.
You haven't opened your mouth.
The time for talk is over. It's time to ask for what we want and fight together.
No, it's not. It is. How do these girls know what they want? There aren't even women yet. That's children.
Well, that was the day. 6 days a week. Why aren't we old enough to ask for what we want? And what we want is justice and fairness.
That's what we all want. That's what we all deserve.
Justice. Fairness. We call an industry-wide strike. If we can hold out, it's not just the shirtwaist girls who will win. It's all of you.
Remember the International Ladies Garment Workers Union. I move that starting tomorrow morning, this union supports a general strike of all the girls, all the shirtwaist factories.
No seconds, the
I second it.
Motion carried.
Pledge with me, all of you who support this cause. Pledge with me now. Pledge the Hebrew oath. If I turn traitor to the cause I now pledge, may this hand wither from the arm I raise. If I turn traitor to the cause I now pledge, may this hand wither from the arm I raise. If I turn traitor to the cause I now pledge, may this hand wither from the arm I raise. If I turn traitor to the cause I now pledge,
too. It's much better than what you've got. My parents expect me to watch the world go by from their drawing room window. But I want to see it up close.
So you're here for an adventure?
Maybe.
It isn't like that for me. I got a degree in social work from Vassar, so I can help women like you.
Well, wasn't that grand of
And
you?
what sort of women are we exactly? Pitiful women, maybe, with our patched clothes and our silly dreams? You've got it all wrong.
And you and yours have it all right, and that's the truth of it.
This isn't about our money.
Everything is about your money.
I got a job in a steam laundry so I could see what it was like making a living using just my hands.
And every day you go back to your bloody uptown palace.
Every night,
Lenore goes back to a cold water flat in a tenement, 5 flights up.
my mother married my father because her parents told her to. Now he tells her what to do. Where she goes, who she sees, that's what they want from me. But I want something different.
Such a grand speech.
You let us stay with you, we can prove that all women, rich and poor, can lead independent lives. Words, that's all you're giving us. That's all you gave us, Anya, at first.
I bet they run like rabbits at the first sight of the police. Or the thugs.
We didn't. Why would they? Because they're not like us. Being rich doesn't make them any better than us, and it sure doesn't make them any worse. You're making yourself sick, Clara. I don't care. They came to us as friends, and we need friends.
They don't have it in them to stick it out.
We can learn to be strong. Let us learn. You want to learn what it's like to get arrested, spend the night in jail, and come right back out on the line for more?
Learn to stand out in the cold, freezing your feet off, hands so numb you can't even feel
We
them.
took 2 women to the charity hospital with frostbite yesterday. When they get out, we won't have less than them.
You have to be strong enough to get by on a cup of coffee and a bowl of soup a day.
I thought the union was helping you. They are. That's all they can afford. Over 700 of us have been arrested in unions that broke pay our deadlines.
You want to help us? Empty your pockets and give us the coins.
See, give us the coins.
I get an allowance, I can give you
We
that.
wouldn't take your money, and we don't want your pity. Spit on your pity.
They're asking for a chance. Isn't that what we're striking for? Why don't we give them their chance? We lose this rich girl over there.
Their lives will go on just the same as they always have.
We can't depend on people like that.
This is our world, and our fight. Get along with you now.
Please take my coat. You're ill. We're not charity cases.
My father passes on, and I can go with no pensions. It wouldn't make things better. I'm a good man. I'll increase my pay, work their hours. Girls have to be patient. They know that people strike, they're in the union. They have to be patient.
These girls are starving. They need only to go back to the machine.
My girl's not thinking life. I didn't think she'd do it while on strike. I didn't want her to. Not at first. We were saving to get married. But now I see her walk the line every day, and it matters to her. Like, I can see that now. Now it matters to me too. Now I tell her she's gotta stick it out. It's no
nowhere.
We know where they came from already.
A band of thugs allegedly came at you from nowhere, beat you, and when the police arrived, they arrested you. Is this what you claim now?
That is what happened.
Young woman, you really expect this court to believe that New York City policemen arrested innocent people?
We don't expect to be believed, no, but that's the way of it. If you're gonna put a mouse on me and my things, back it out of
That could be a raid!
Your Honor, we weren't doing anything illegal. Peaceful picketing of the workplace is a guaranteed right.
I do not need a child of immigrants to tell me the law.
You need someone to tell you something.
May I speak, Your Honor?
Of course, Mr. Rock. The court is always prepared to listen to an upstanding citizen such as yourself.
Upstanding my blood.
One more outrage, and I will have the perpetrator forcibly removed. Is that understood? Pray proceed, Mr. Rock.
You see, Your Honor, these girls have been bothering the workers at Johansson for months now. So, and you know what a fine pen Mr. Johansson is.
I'm ready for this time.
They've been stopping business all over town. So now and again, we'll bring a little outside help to talk some sense into them.
That's a lie and you know it.
I want you, bailiff! Remove
You can't keep the truth from me.
Mr. Rock, you have a witness to your statement?
Oh, indeed I do. Mr. Jonathan Stoll.
I object.
We've already been through this before. You don't have the right to object to anything. You're not qualified to act as a legal counsel.
These girls need someone to speak.
Then let them hire someone.
We hired someone, but we wouldn't let them speak.
I told you I needed to conduct further research into his credentials.
Some phone use used to keep them out.
Insult me again, Mr. Russo, and I will personally see to it that you never again practice law in this state. Mr. Stoll, you 100% swear that what Mr. Ralph said is true.
Yeah, I absolutely 100% swear.
You see how these girls are, Your Honor? They walk the streets. They get carted off to local jails.
Are you saying these girls are more of a public nuisance?
What I'm saying is I can't see a difference between these strikers and streetwalkers.
Order! I am ready to pass sentence!
Your Honor, we request permission to address the bench.
Miss Van Meer?
And Miss Vandercourt.
Ladies, please, I'm sure your families wouldn't want you to be caught up in intensity, involved in these circumstances. You can leave too much in. No one even needs to know you were here.
Once everybody's going here. We are in complete sympathy with strikers, and we demand to be sent with them.
Don't know what's going to happen.
We said we'd stand with you when we will.
These are extenuating, that is to say, mitigating circumstances.
Our family's money, you mean?
I mean, I do not have a reason to put you in jail.
But we'll give you one. Judge Powell, you are an immoral,
Unscrupulous.
You
Lawless.
I will give you your wish, ladies.
Thank you.
Your thanks may be a bit premature. Will the other defendants please rise? Now, before I pass sentence, I'm giving fair warning to all the other strikers. If you persist in this behavior, you'll receive exactly the same punishment that I'm handing down to these girls. Now, in light of their previous arrest, their conduct on the picket line, and what I have heard and seen today in this courtroom, the girls will begin immediately to serve 2 months with no possibility of parole at the women's workhouse on Blackwell Island.
Why are we going to the tombs, Joe? Why are we cold and hungry and tired? Papa, I didn't know this could happen. I didn't know they could send us to the tombs, but you knew, didn't you, Papa? You knew. Tell me, Joe, why are we doing this?
No running water, no light, no air. That's where Martin Roth comes from. Just like those girls in the factory. No money, no power, no place. My father died when I was 9. Mom had to take him sewing. My sister Rosie and me, we had to haul coal for the neighbors. But there were 3 other kids besides us, and it wasn't enough. Not near enough, never enough. One day, Mom sat us all down. She told us she couldn't go on feeding us anymore. She said some of us could stay, but some of us would have to go. Rosie and me, we were the ones who had to go. So off we went, down the stairs, down the street, 10 blocks over to the orphan home. All I had was my paper sack and an extra pair of underwear. All Rosie had was her doll. No one heated the orphanage either. No light. The air was so thick with kids' snot you could see it. I hate the sound of coughing. Every time someone coughs, it takes me right back. The food was regular, but it tasted rotten. Hell, it was rotten. We got clothes, too. Cast off from the rich folks. Worn velvet, patched satin. Rosie even got a lace dress. Full of mothballs. No money, no power, no place in this world for Martin Roth and his sister. Rosie was the only one I could trust. The only one who never kicked me in the teeth. I ran away from that home a dozen times. And the last time I made it. I lived on the streets then. I worked for some punks then too. But I started working for some better crooks, started making some bigger money. I afforded enough to take Rosie out of the home. We got our own little place, and Rosie got a job in the factory. I told her she didn't have to work. I told her I liked supporting her. I liked being able to support her. But she said she wouldn't live off money other people were crying over. So I went to see Mom once. I told her, you should have never given us away. I would have found a way for us to stay together. She didn't even shed a tear. Hell, she didn't even blink. All she said was, I did what I had to do. She had a new husband by then, a bunch of new brats. She didn't much care about the old ones. That's when I heard they needed a boss man at Johansson's, and I knew I could do the job. Because I know what those girls are made of. I know what they need. I know what makes them shake with fear because I'm one of them. That's when Rosie left me. She said as long as I was a factory boss, she didn't want to see me. She lives in a dirty little room now. And every time I send her money, she sends it right back. That damn strike! Day after day, they're at it, week after week. They're trying to take away my power, take my place. But Martin Roth fought for this place, and he'll fight to keep it. But maybe, when this is all over, Rosie will see me again.
And thank you, Joe, for meeting me here.
What is
must listen to the talk. Tell Anya I am afraid for the strike. Tell her, please. I want to come, but I am no more allowed.
It doesn't matter.
They won't!
We can't have visitors from church.
You will find a way. I want Anya should have my rosary. For hope. Tell Anya I am afraid to the Holy Mother every day. She was young too, and poor, and scared. The Holy Mother will help us.
I heard that Rosie girl had sooner or later. I heard the day that the thing got carted off the tombs, even she was crying.
Maybe not.
Isn't this a beautiful room, Anya? And so warm. It's a feast, Anya. We're going to have a feast.
The strike's over, and we won.
We won.
We did.
All those months of being so hungry we could eat a horse. All those weeks of freezing our backsides.
All those days and weeks and months.
It's over.
Over and we won.
Today's our celebration day. And such food will be eaten.
Steak and roast potatoes.
Saffron bread with piles of honey. Ice cream stacked to the sky.
Grapes and peaches and pears
And strawberries.
Strawberries. Strawberries with the little white sugar on top, like the rich folks use.
Strawberries. Smack dab in the middle of winter.
Strawberries.
Dinner's over, ladies.
Dinner hasn't even started yet.
And for you, it never will. Time to go.
But the strike's over. We've won. We deserve to be warm and full.
Anya, dream.
No.
Dreamer.
No.
This is a dream on you, Rosie, and you're a dreamer.
No. 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 No.
It's all right, Anya. We're just having a night.
It's a good dream. Strike was over.
My dream too. Strike was over.
We won. Yes. We celebrated. Yes. We were in a beautiful room. And it was warm. Yes. It was warm and we were happy. We won.
And there was food.
Yes. Such wonderful food. I could almost taste it.
I could almost smell it.
It's warm and we were full and we won. Yes.
And then we woke up.
It's the dreams that make it hard. You think you're in one place, and when you wake, you're in another.
We keep dreaming of back in County Monaghan, and everything is green.
The dreams are the worst of it.
The waking up from the dreams.
What's the worst of it?
Raw potatoes and moldy bread. A hang of gristle for dinner.
Where your stomach twists in knots after you eat. That's the worst of it.
The cold's the worst of it. Scrubbing on the walls and the floors was stupid. 6 of us, 1 bucket for a toilet. And they don't even let us empty it every day. That's the worst of it. Smells the worst of it. Seeps right in your skin.
The rats are the worst of it. You can hear them during the day scratching at the walls, watching you, waiting.
Then at night they come out.
They crawl all over your face and your arms.
Remember the girl who was with us those first days?
She hardly said a word.
She had the right one too, remember? She made me promise I wouldn't forget her when she was gone.
She'll be in Pottersfield now.
That's where they bury people out in money, isn't it? Pottersfield.
She'll be very quiet now, lying under the snow.
I promised I wouldn't forget her. And I'm asking you, all of you. Promise you won't forget us. You're going to be quiet, Clara. Once you get out of here, once you can feel the sun again, I'm not going to get out of here. And we all know it. Sorry, Clara. I'm so sorry for you here. That's the worst of it for me. Lying here day after day, listening to you getting sicker. Listening to Lenore cry.
I don't.
You do, every night.
I cried too. I cried for my mother, like when I was small.
My mother and sisters are living on charity. and living hand to mouth on what the neighbors can give them. That's the worst of it, knowing that.
When we win the strike, you'll make it all right. When we win, you'll have more money to help them.
We're not going to win.
Don't tell us that, Anya.
They won't let us win.
You can't tell us, Anya. You can't be telling yourself this.
Take what you get and keep your mouth shut. That's what people always told me. And they were right. But I thought I knew. I'm the smartest. I was always the smartest. I knew all the answers. I always knew all the answers. But now, I don't know anymore. I don't know why we even tried.
You have to know so you can tell us.
All I ever gave you were dreams.
Dreams are what brought me here to America, Anya. That sent me to that picket
That
line.
brought you here.
That's right. And here is where we show the world what we're made of.
Dreams aren't enough. I don't even know if I can believe in dreams anymore.
Dreams are the greatest practicality there is. Because dreams are what you go on when there's nothing else left.
I had the dream of the new world. I have it still.
And let's sing of your dream.
Sing. Here.
Here, now, they think we're weeping. They're waiting for the sound of our tears. But I say we give them the sound of our singing. I sing the song of society girl, who came to the east side for one adventure, who stayed and proved she could do it. You care about something.
My mother and her mother before her.
And her mother before her sing the song of the potato, but I sing the song of the shirt waist, and the fighter better song it is all together.
I sing the song of the new world.
I sing the song of Katy.
I sing the song of Sarah. God told her to go from her land, the land of her birth, to a new place he would show her. And she did, and she made it hers.
I sing the song of Sarah. I sing of the state and to new land.
And I say, let them hear our song all over the tune.
Let them hear us clear to the river.
Up the street and down again.
The parks and the drawing rooms and the mansions. I sing the song of the cold and the rats and the crystal and the smell. I sing the song of the overflowing bucket.
I sing the jail and the thumb.
And the judges and Mr. Ready Johansson.
My parents told me that if I supported the strike, I couldn't come home again. I told them I didn't care. That first night here, I thought my mind was right. All I could do was talk. But
Sing the song of the night.
in the mornings, because each time I wake up, I know there's a part inside me they tampering. Not the tunes, not my parents. It's only a small place now, but each time it gets stronger. I get stronger. I sing the song of strength.
I sing the song of possibility.
Of new chances. Of a new life.
Song of strength. For the first time in my life, I stood up and I did something. And I was scared, and I did it anyway. I sing the song of strength. I sing the song of strength.
The sun was warm on my arms that day. The day the Cossacks came. Maybe it was the sun that gave me courage. It burned away my fear. But other days, when we had gotten word that the Cossacks were coming, we would run down into the cellar. We would run like animals, and we would hide like animals, with our faces down in the dirt. But that day, I went from house to house gathering the men. That day, we took our pitchforks and we stood up. We heard the horses' hooves like thunder. I was shaking in fear, but still I stood there. And when they were so close that we could hear their breathing, I ran at them. I ran and I threw my pitchfork. I saw it pierce a man's belly. And then they were on us. Eyes red with rage, they were on us. We tried to fight. And then we ran. And when it was all over, when most of us were dead, and the rest of us were hiding, I said, why did we do it? Why did we even try?
One night I heard you crying in your sleep. I asked you what was wrong. You told me that story. You said,
I said, that's what happens when you try to make things different.
That's where your dreams lead you.
That's when I told you I had my own dreams. Of doing fine, brave things.
That's when I told you to learn from my mistakes. I could see myself in you, Anya. The time we tried to take on the Cossacks. You tried to take on the world.
And I did. And we lost. And I can hear you asking me, like you asked me all those years ago, why did you do it? Why did you withdraw?
And I would answer you. Like you answered me all those years ago. You leaned your head on my shoulder, and you said, stand there, shaking with fear. That is truly brave.
You said, for the first time in your life, you stood up and you did something.